What if I told you that everything you believe about wealth is wrong? That all the effort, long working hours, financial strategies, and even traditional methods of manifestation might be keeping you further away from what you truly desire? The truth is, prosperity does not lie in what you do, but in who you believe you are. Neville Goddard and Bob Proctor always taught a powerful principle. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And that means if you continue to see yourself as someone who has to chase after money, it will always elude you. But if instead you adopt the identity of a wealthy person, that reality will materialize around you. Sounds absurd. Let me show you how it works. Before we start, however, if you appreciate the content on this channel, I have a suggestion. Share this video now with all those who, in your opinion, should also listen to it. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon. Thanks to this, we will be able to keep you updated about new videos, and you will help us reach more people. Now, let's go back to the video. Why does the human mind react this way? And most importantly, how do the spiritual and psychological principles of the Bible, as well as Neville Goddard's teachings, explain this truth in an undeniable way? By the end of this video, you will never again look at wealth the same way. If you apply what I show you, your financial reality can change forever. I'll show you why this idea is not just philosophy, it is a proven spiritual and psychological law. And by the end of this video, you will see prosperity in a completely new light. Many people spend their entire lives chasing wealth, never truly finding it. They work hard, follow financial advice, make plans, study investments, but somehow money never seems to be enough. On the other hand, some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly. These are the people who start with nothing and suddenly thrive in ways that defy conventional logic. What really separates these two groups? If you think it's just luck, effort, or intelligence, you're ignoring the most powerful factor in the equation, the identity that each person adopts for themselves. Everything that exists in your life right now, whether it's your bank account, your home, your opportunities, or even the challenges you face, is a reflection of who you believe you are. Neville Goddard claimed that the external world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner imagination. Bob Proctor taught that the human mind works like a powerful magnet, attracting exactly what is conditioned to believe as truth. But this is not just a theory. More and more research is showing that the way you perceive yourself directly impacts your behavior, decisions, and even the opportunities that appear in your path. Now, take a moment to think about how you see yourself today. Do you see yourself as someone thriving, someone who's already wealthy and in full control of their reality? Or do you still see yourself as someone who is struggling, someone who is fighting to achieve just a little more, but always seems to be one step behind financial freedom? What I'm about to show you is not just a philosophical or spiritual concept. I will prove to you that this is a true law, a law that has always been present in Scripture and the teachings of great masters of the mind. And what's more, I'll show you how you can start applying this immediately in your life, transforming your identity and, as a result, your financial reality. But before we move on to the techniques, you need to understand what is really happening in your inner world. If you don't recognize this, any method you try to apply will be useless. If you look around, you'll see that most people perceive wealth as something external, something that must be earned through effort, strategy, and sacrifice. They believe that in order to be rich, they must first make money, find a good opportunity, or meet the right people. This is the mental model we've been taught since childhood. Money is a rare resource, hard to obtain, and requires hard work. But what if I told you that this view of reality is keeping you exactly where you are? Neville Goddard taught that true change doesn't happen in the external world, but within us. He claimed that a person lives according to their assumption, meaning what they accept as an absolute truth within themselves. If a person consciously or unconsciously assumes that life is difficult, that there's a lack of money, and that prosperity is only for the few, then this will be the reality they experience every day. On the other hand, those who assume that they are naturally wealthy, that money comes to them easily, and that abundance is their natural state, will manifest exactly that. But how does this work in practice? Does it have any real basis, or is it just another abstract idea? To understand this better, we need to go back to the Bible. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 7, it is written, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." This passage confirms exactly what Neville Goddard taught, that a person's reality is a precise reflection of what they imagine and believe about themselves. What you feel as true with emotion and conviction inevitably manifests in your life. Now, let's do a mental experiment. Close your eyes for a moment and try to imagine yourself as a wealthy person, not just as a superficial desire, but visualize it in detail. Imagine that you already have the exact amount of money you want in your bank account. Picture the security and peace this gives you. Imagine your dream home, the travels you're taking, the moments you're experiencing now. Pay attention to what happens in your mind. If during this exercise your mind begins to question, saying things like, "This will never happen," or "I'm not that person," that's a huge block preventing you from manifesting wealth. This means that even if you say you want to be rich, your mind hasn't accepted that identity as truth, and until that changes, your reality won't change. Bob Proctor explained this very clearly. What holds us back from manifesting wealth is not the lack of opportunities, the market, or the economy. What holds us back are the deep beliefs we carry about ourselves. If you deeply believe that money is hard to get, that only those born rich can become wealthier, or that you must go through hardships to deserve prosperity, then your mind will never allow you to have money easily, because that would contradict what you believe to be true. And here we come to the most important point. Your financial identity is not defined by the money you have now, but by how you perceive yourself. If you see yourself as someone who struggles to pay bills, your mind will create circumstances that reinforce that identity. But if you embrace the identity of a wealthy person, your mind will start working to make that identity a reality. Now, the big question, how do you change this identity? How do you reprogram your mind to accept wealth as a natural state? In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to do it, but first, you need to understand something fundamental. You are already manifesting your reality all the time, whether you realize it or not. The only difference is whether you are manifesting wealth or scarcity. Now that you understand that your financial reality is a direct reflection of what you believe to be true about yourself, we need to delve deeper into this idea. It's not enough to just understand this concept intellectually. You must feel this truth in your body, in your emotions, in your daily life. Only then will true transformation happen. And here's the big key. The only way to change your financial reality is to change the way you see yourself. And to do that, you need to understand the relationship between imagination, belief, and identity. Neville Goddard said that imagination creates reality, and that's not just a nice phrase, it's a spiritual and psychological truth. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you have for shaping the world around you. Everything that exists today, your home, your job, your bills, your social circle, before it became a reality, it first passed through your mind, consciously or unconsciously. It was created from what you imagine as possible and true for you. But here's the problem. Most people use their imagination against themselves. They spend the whole day mentally reinforcing a reality they don't want. They imagine difficulties, worries, debts, scarcity. They feel fear about the future, worry about what could go wrong, and they sink into doubts and anxiety. And guess what happens? Those mental images, repeated every day, ultimately shape their life in exactly that way. Now look at your own life. What conversation is going on in your head every day? What images do you most often visualize? When you think about money, do you feel gratitude and security or worry and fear? Because those emotions are the exact indicator of what your mind believes to be true about you. And the Bible already warned us about this. In Mark 11, verse 24, it says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This is the fundamental principle of manifestation. You can't wait until you see the change to believe in it. You must first believe, first feel, first accept, and then the change will become real. That's why pretending to be rich isn't just a mental trick, it's a deep reprogramming of your identity. You must act, think, and feel like a rich person before you see the results in the external world. And it's not about spending money you don't have or living a lie. It's about training your mind to feel comfortable in the vibration of abundance. Bob Proctor explained this brilliantly. He said that money is just the physical manifestation of your state of mind. If you want to attract more money into your life, you must first harmonize your vibration with the frequency of wealth. And that only happens when you begin to see yourself as a wealthy person. Now, the question that many people ask is, how do you do this in practice? How do you change this internal identity in a real and effective way? Here are the 3 fundamental steps for this transformation. The first practice Neville Goddard taught was creative visualization. He said that before bed, you should close your eyes and imagine that you are living the life you desire. But the secret is not only to see this image, but to feel that reality as if it were already yours. You must feel wealthy now, not in the future. Most people fail here because during visualization, they feel doubts or anxiety, further reinforcing scarcity. You must completely immerse yourself in the scene you create until your body truly feels that this is real. Secondly, words have power. What you say every day builds your reality. If you constantly repeat phrases like, "It's hard," "I don't have money," or "I never have enough," those words become commands for your mind, which then works to confirm that reality. From now on, you must change your language. Replace negative phrases with ones that reinforce your new identity. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this," say, "My money is always multiplying." Instead of saying, "It's hard," say, "Opportunities are coming to me now." This may feel strange at first, but remember, your mind is already trained to think a certain way. Your job is to reprogram it, and that takes time. But the more often you repeat these new truths, the more your mind will start to accept them as reality. And finally, act like a wealthy person. This is the point that many people ignore. You can visualize and affirm all you want, but if your behavior still reinforces scarcity, your mind won't change. This means you must start making decisions like a wealthy person. And we're not talking about spending money recklessly, but about creating healthy financial habits, positioning yourself with more confidence, treating yourself with more respect, and starting to act in alignment with the identity you want to adopt. Ask yourself, does a millionaire worry about small things? Do they act out of fear for the future? Do they hesitate when making decisions? No. So, starting today, you must begin acting this way too. Now I ask you, are you ready for these changes? Because if you truly apply these principles, your financial reality can make a huge leap. To conclude, I want to guide you through a transformative declaration, something you can repeat every day to anchor this new identity into your mind. Now that you understand that wealth is not just about money, but about identity, the most important question is, are you truly ready to change the way you think and act? This is not a superficial transformation. You can't just listen to these words, agree with them, and then return to your life exactly as it was before. If you do that, nothing will change. The change we are talking about requires a new way of living. You must abandon the old scarcity mindset, free yourself from all beliefs that reinforce difficulties, and most importantly, adopt the identity of someone who is already wealthy, even before you see the results in the external world. This can be challenging because since birth, we've been taught to believe in what we see. If we look at our bank account and see a low balance, we feel scarcity. If we see difficulties in our daily lives, we believe life is hard. But this is the big mistake that keeps most people trapped, waiting until they see it to believe it. But true masters of the mind always taught the opposite. Jesus said in the Gospel of Mark 11, verse 24, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This is not just a beautiful metaphor. It's a direct instruction on how to manifest a new reality. Neville Goddard reinforced the same idea by saying that the feeling of a fulfilled desire is the secret to all creation. This means that you cannot just wish to be wealthy. You must feel wealthy now, even before your external reality reflects that wealth. Now, I want you to think about the coming days of your life. If you truly want this transformation, you must start acting as if this truth is already happening. And I'm not talking about spending money you don't have or living in illusion. I'm talking about adopting the attitude, behavior, and mentality of a wealthy person. If you want to be rich, you must live as if you already are, not superficially, but deeply within, feeling that identity in every cell of your body. Because this is how your mind will begin to reprogram itself and attract circumstances that match this new identity. Maybe now you're asking yourself, what if I have doubts? What if I can't feel this way right away? The answer is simple. Keep practicing. Your mind has been conditioned to think in a certain way for years. Don't expect it to change overnight. But if starting today you begin visualizing your wealth, speaking as a wealthy person, feeling gratitude for the money you already have, and acting with confidence, this change will be inevitable. It's not about deceiving yourself or pretending. It's about harmonizing your identity with what you want to manifest. Now that you understand that your external reality is merely a reflection of your internal identity, it's time to affirm this truth within yourself. Words have power. What you say, feel, and believe shapes your life. When you declare something with faith and conviction, you send a direct command to your mind and the universe, establishing a new pattern of reality. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and feel the energy within you. Now repeat after me, feeling every word as though it is already your reality. I am wealthy. Wealth flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. Money comes to me from expected and unexpected sources. I am a magnet for prosperity, and everything I do thrives. Every day, my financial life expands and multiplies. I accept wealth as my natural state. I now release all limiting beliefs about money. I reject any ideas of scarcity, difficulty, or financial struggle. I don't chase after money because it is already a part of me. Money serves me. Abundance is my divine inheritance, and I accept it fully without guilt, fear, or resistance. My heart is calm because I know I am already wealthy. I trust completely in the flow of life and the divine provision. The universe always works in my favor. I am worthy of all the best, and I now receive all the blessings that God and the universe have for me. I see abundance everywhere. I am surrounded by incredible opportunities. My mind is attuned to the frequency of wealth. My body feels the security of abundance. My spirit is connected to the infinite source of supply. Money comes to me in unexpected ways at the perfect moment. I am free. I am powerful. I am the creator of my reality. Everything I imagine with faith manifests in the physical world. My life is a reflection of my consciousness, and my consciousness is now firmly anchored in abundance. I am grateful for everything I already have and for everything that is on its way. From now on, I allow myself to live in abundance. I release all fear or doubt about my ability to prosper. I accept my wealth as something natural and inevitable. I see myself as a wealthy person, and I am. I am rich, and I am abundant. I am limitless, and so it is. It is done. Now take a deep breath again and feel how this energy expands within you. Allow yourself to fully immerse in this new state. Not only speak these words, but live by them. Bring this new mentality into your daily life. Walk like a wealthy person. Think like a wealthy person. Feel safety, peace, and abundance within you because the change has already begun. From now on, your life will never be the same. And remember, we are all destined to live in success, and it doesn't matter how hard or easy it is to believe. You must know that God wants the best for you. Understand that God moves the world and the universe to fulfill your desires so that you may live in abundance. If you believe and accept this in your life, write in the comments, "I believe, I receive, I am wealthy." Now, as you go through this transformative process, remember that the most important element is consistency. It is not enough to just repeat the words, you must live them. The reality you wish to manifest starts from within, and by continually aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your new identity of wealth, you will begin to see the external world shift to reflect that new state. This is the power of belief and identity. When you deeply accept and feel that you are already wealthy, you are programming your mind to seek out opportunities that align with this new truth. Your life will begin to mirror that internal state of abundance. But remember, this is not an overnight process. Just like any new habit, it takes time for your mind to truly absorb this new way of thinking and being. The key is to remain committed and trust that the transformation is already in motion. It is inevitable. So whenever doubt arises, whenever you find yourself slipping back into old patterns, simply return to this practice. Visualize, affirm, and act as the person you wish to become because you are already that person. You have always been. Your wealth is not just coming, it is here right now, in this moment. Now, take a deep breath and believe with all your heart you are worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. If this content resonates with you, now share this video with all those who you think should watch it. Once you have done that, click on the thumbnail of the video that is now displayed in the middle of the screen, and you will watch a video in which we reveal how the teachings of Bob Proctor can help you change your life in just 3 days.